Madridistas, we're back to La Liga action this Sunday against Athletic Club Bilbao, back at home in the Santiago Bernabéu, and this is a must-win game for Real Madrid. And this is one of the toughest games that Real Madrid has left of their schedule. There's only 7 games remaining in La Liga, and we need every single one of these to be a win for Real Madrid to ultimately accomplish our goal of going back-to-back in La Liga. Is it going to be possible? Is it going to happen? I don't think so, to be honest with you all, but we can only help ourselves if we are getting a win this Sunday against Bilbao, who is a very, very good team. Guys, we're going to be previewing the matchup, telling you some of my thoughts coming into this one, my starting 11 that I want to see for Real Madrid, and let's address the rumors. Let's address the rumors right now. I don't think it deserved a full video, and I will tell you why. First of all, if you're wondering, what rumors, Dally? What rumors? Well, first of all, Carlo Ancelotti. The rumors have been coming out from Sky Sports that Carlo Ancelotti is going to be leaving after the Copa del Rey final, no matter what the result is. That is what is being reported by Sky Sports. Now, is that actually true? And the other thing, is it actually true as well, is that Real Madrid is currently negotiating with Jurgen Klopp to become the new Real Madrid manager. First of all, what I want to be saying about both of those, do I have any information that you don't have? No. Everything that I've listened to from a bunch of different people, I don't really believe that Carlo Ancelotti will be actually out after the Copa del Rey match. I've said it all along. My feeling, and kind of the feeling that I think I'd be very surprised if it actually happens. I think Carlo Ancelotti is going to be finishing the season with Real Madrid. Win, lose, or draw, doesn't matter exactly what the results are going to be. I think he will be finishing the season with Real Madrid. You might be wondering, well, when does the season actually end, right? When does it end? Because we all know that we actually have the FIFA Club World Cup coming up this summer. I am not counting that. There is going to be a little spot. Let's take a look with me now. When we take a look at the schedule, we need to move on a little more. After the Real Sociedad game at the end of May, there's a little break in between there. May 25th to June 18th. That is the time I think we will be seeing the next manager of Real Madrid announced. And again, there's no for sure thing that Carlo Ancelotti is going to be out or anything like that. I just don't believe the Sky Sports report. If anything changes, I will for sure be making a video with that. And also, if there's going to be breaking news or anything like that, definitely will be making a video. So if you guys aren't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a ton. Also, guys, hit the like on the video too. I very much appreciate it. It helps me reach more Madridistas out there like yourself. Very much appreciate it, guys. Let's talk about the other rumors, though. Who is going to be the next coach of Real Madrid? Because at the end of the day, I do believe that it is time, not only my opinion that Carlo Ancelotti must be out, I think it's kind of the board's opinion as well that Carlo Ancelotti's probably done. I think he's done enough. Appreciate him for everything he's done. Appreciate all the titles that he has won. I just think eventually we kind of need a new voice in the locker room, and I think that Florentino Perez agrees with me. Jurgen Klopp or Xabi Alonso looks like the two names, and the more and more you dig into it, I still think that Xabi Alonso is the favorite for the Real Madrid position. You know, I want to hear from you in the comments. Let me know, who would you rather be having as the next coach of Real Madrid? If your two options are Jurgen Klopp or Xabi Alonso, very curious to hear from you in the comments. Personally, to me, I think I'd rather have Jurgen Klopp right now. I think he brings a lot of experience. You know, first of all, he's won at the highest level, right? I think that's a big plus for him. He is one of the highest level. He has dealt with divas at Liverpool. I mean, I don't know exactly how much Mohamed Salah, Mo Salah, whatever you want to be calling him. I don't exactly know how much of a diva he is. However, seeing what happened with the contract negotiations going on and saying, he's like, I'm going to be leaving Liverpool. I'm going to be leaving. It's my last year, yada, yada. You can tell he's a little bit of a diva. You can also tell that Nunes, probably a little bit diva. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk, maybe, list goes on and on. He has dealt with the divas. He has won the Premier League. He has won the Champions League as well. And he is a very, very exciting coach. I would be very curious to see, would it work at Real Madrid? He has had a year off from Liverpool I believe he's working for the Red Bull organization, either under Leipzig or for Salzburg as well. I think he's had a year to kind of reflect on himself, had some thoughts, had some patience, had a little bit of time. I think that Jurgen Klopp would be my first choice going into the summer. However, I can be hearing the Xabi Alonso argument. First of all, again, he is Spanish. He has played for Real Madrid. He understands what it takes to be winning at Real Madrid. He understands the culture, just like Zinedine Zidane did as well. I think that is a huge plus. My only concern with Xabi Alonso is I do think eventually he will be a manager at Real Madrid. I don't know if it is this summer. I don't know if it is 5 years from now. I don't know if it's 10 years from now. I 100% imagine he eventually will become the Real Madrid manager. My issue And this is more so kind of what I don't want to happen. I don't want Xabi Alonso to be rushed into his first big job being at Real Madrid, and then we fire him within a year or fire him within 2 years. This locker room has divas everywhere. We might not 100% say it, but I think all of us Madridistas, we kind of know Vinny is 100% a diva. Kylian Mbappe to a degree. Jude Bellingham, I love him so much. He's a little bit of a diva. Rodrigo too. You have a bunch of different personalities out there. Getting all of them to actually fit and for them to all be listening to you as somebody who only retired just a couple of years ago too, I think that might be a little more of a challenge compared to somebody like a Jurgen Klopp. Somebody, again, who has won at the highest level. But again, guys, I want to hear from you in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and who you would rather have as the next manager of Real Madrid. Because again, I'm Carlo Ancelotti out. I think you are as well. And again, just let me know in the comments. Very curious to hear from you. But when it comes to this game for Real Madrid, again, this is a must-win game for Real Madrid. Every single one of these games is must-win. The thing that we really need to be thinking about, too, is we need Barcelona. We all need to be, as a unit, as together, everybody, we need to be hate-watching Barcelona and rooting for them to be losing another game. If they can lose one other game and Real Madrid can be beating Barcelona in the Camp Nou coming up in a couple of weeks, we control our own destiny. And that is all I can ask for Real Madrid. Just control your own destiny. Win every single one of these games like you should be doing. They should have been winning. They should have been winning the game against Arsenal a couple of days ago. I'm still not over that. But we move on. Anyways, guys, when it comes to this game against Bilbao, what happened the last time Real Madrid faced this Bilbao team? It wasn't pretty. It was not pretty because, unfortunately, we actually lost that game. It was a 2-1 loss for this Real Madrid team with only Jude Bellingham getting on the board late in the game. Unfortunately, I'm going to butcher his name. Guru Zeta gets the winner for Athletic Club Bilbao. And the thing is, too, when you take a look at the starting lineup that we actually saw, you might be wondering, 4-4-2. Where is Vinny? I think that is one thing that we can take away from this. Vinny actually did not get a chance to play in the last one. He was suspended, I believe, or he was injured. It was one of the two. I can't 100% remember. It was way back in December. But either way, Vinny was actually not playing in that game. So actually to have Vinny back for this game is going to be huge for Real Madrid. Unfortunately, at the exact same time, we will be without Kylian Mbappe in this game. And that is because he was suspended officially for one game in the Liga for that insane tackle by him in the game just a couple of days ago. I still cannot believe he only got one game. If anybody wants to be blaming anything, I thought he probably was going to get at least 5. You can maybe Florentino Perez made the call. Maybe something happened. If anybody can blame anybody, I think you can be blaming the referee because the referee said he was going for the ball. And so at max, it was going to be a 3-game suspension. But I'm just as surprised as you. At the same time, Kylian Mbappe is currently injured too because he picked up a knock against Arsenal. How serious is that injury? I don't think it's that serious. I think he'll be back right after the 1-game suspension. But when we take a look at this Athletic Club Bilbao, too many names, I'm just going to call them Bilbao for the rest of the way. They're a very, very good team. Again, they've already beat this Real Madrid team 2-1 earlier in the year. And when we take a look right now at the table, they currently sit 4th, only behind Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico Madrid. But the thing is, over the past 5 games, they only have 2 wins in 3 draws. And this is the first time I think I've ever seen it. And everybody look with me. Their 3 draws were all 0-0, 0-0, 0-0. I don't think I've ever seen that. As far as I can remember, 3 straight 0-0s, it's kind of crazy. But when you take a look at those past couple of games, they have only allowed 1 goal into the back of their net in 5 games. This is a very, very good team. And I want all of us to be remembering that because right now as well, they're into the semifinals in the Europa League. And they have a couple players who I think are absolutely fantastic. First of all, the couple players you want to be looking out for in this game are the Williams brothers. I think the bigger one is Nico Williams coming on the left wing. We saw what he did for Spain in the Euros this year. He was absolutely dynamic, so dynamic that Barcelona was trying to get him. Unfortunately, there are a couple broke boys up there, so they can't afford him. They're going to be breaking rules, which I guess they broke rules with the Dani Olmo thing and a couple other players too. But we move on. We move on, right? Right, La Liga? The Williams brothers are absolutely fantastic. And the other player that I want to be mentioning too is another player who is a starter for Spain is Unai Simon. He is a fantastic goalkeeper for them. There is a reason he is the number one goalkeeper over there in Spain over, David Araya, who we just saw a couple days ago. So those are the couple players I really think we need to be looking out for in this game. Both of the Williams brothers are going to be on the wings. The other Williams brother, he can kind of float around. He plays that striker. Sometimes he plays that right wing, but I assume he'll be playing right wing in this game. Now, when it comes to Real Madrid in this game, what can we be doing? Again, we are without Kylian Mbappe, right? What can the formation be? We saw what it looked like the last time we were out there. I personally, guys, remember, this is the lineup that I want to be seeing. Not exactly what Carlo Ancelotti will be doing. What I want to be seeing, I want to go back a little in history. When we were at our best last year, what was working? There was a specific formation that was working so well, and that formation was a 4-4-2 diamond. One of my favorite formations ever, and I'm going back to it, guys. Guys, this is the starting 11 that I will be going with in this game. Vinny Jr. and Rodrigo getting the start for me, and I am going to be putting, I don't think it's going to be happening, but I would love to see Arda Güler at the 10 position. I've hated seeing him playing that right mid position. I don't think it's made any sense at all. He is not a right mid. He is a 10. He is a 10. Jude Bellingham is a 10. Brahim Diaz is a 10. Play them at their normal position. Do not be putting him over at the right mid. It doesn't make any sense. Will he be put over there at the right mid? Will it maybe be Brahim Diaz at the right mid? Probably. It probably will be. But again, guys, this is my starting 11, not exactly what Carlo Ancelotti will be doing in this one. I will be going with Camavinga getting that start at the left center mid. I'm going with Jude Bellingham getting us the start. Still in my midfield, but the right center mid position. I think him or Arda Güler could kind of flip-flop between the two. I just think I'd rather see Arda Güler play a little more up and maybe Jude Bellingham a little deeper, maybe playing more of like an 8 sort of role in this game instead of a 10. I just don't want to be seeing him getting stuck at that left mid position. I don't think that's where he's best at. Again, I'm not saying he's the best here either. I just kind of want to see what it looks like in this game. And then Tchouaméni playing that 6 role for me in this one. Fran Garcia, Rudiger, Raul Asensio, and I am going with Fede Valverde getting the star right back. Does that happen? I think we probably see Lucas Vazquez, but I am very worried about Nico Williams. Nico Williams, the last one against Real Madrid, when it was Vazquez, he was cooking him. A Nike Williams, I can never pronounce his name. The other Williams brother was cooking Lucas Vazquez. I thought Lucas Vazquez was actually one of the better players against Arsenal just a couple days ago. But again, that was not defensively. I thought it was on the attack. I thought he was good on the attack. You can't be putting him out there. Against an elite winger like a Nico Williams, you have to be going with a Fede Valverde out there. And that is what I will be doing in this one. Courtois getting the start, of course, in goal. Now, for me, a couple things that we need to do in this game. We need to be a lot more solid in the midfield. And again, that is why I'm going with that 4-4-2 diamond shape. I think having both Camavinga is he's very versatile. I think that's the thing we kind of underestimate a lot of the times. We saw a beautiful goal the last time that Camavinga was actually out there over the weekend. Beautiful goal. He's a floating 8. Put him at the 8 position. I think we're kind of losing him when we put him a little deeper. Tchouaméni is the 6 that I want to be seeing, and then Camavinga more as a floating 8 that he can kind of drop deeper if we need him, but kind of be a little more like aggressive too. I would love to be seeing Camavinga take some more shots in this one too, and also facilitate some of the passes to a Vinny Jr. too. What the other thing I want to be doing now, is it going to be happening? Probably not. Let's press, man. Let's press and let's actually get back on defense. I'm so sick and tired of watching this team constantly just walking around. And I'm looking at the front 3, Vinny and Kylian Mbappe especially. Rodrigo does it sometimes, but sometimes he gets back. And so I do appreciate that from Rodrigo. I'm not going to, even though I put him in there, I'm not going to put him in there at the same time. I would actually like to see this team press a little bit and actually make Bilbao uncomfortable in this game. Will it happen? Probably not. But that's what I want to be seeing in this game. I would also like to see Fran Garcia overlapping a lot, linking up with Vinny. And this what can allow us to do, too, is Camavinga can drop a little deeper here, and Fran Garcia can come up and kind of invert a little bit into the midfield, overlap with Vinny, link up with Vinny here, and maybe actually getting across to somebody who's actually in the box. I think Arda Güler can be right outside the box, Jude Bellingham crashing into the box, Rodrigo, Vinny, stuff like that. We have to be a little quicker with some of the passes in this game for us to actually be successful and for us to actually get the win in this one. So, guys, I want to hear from you. If you like the starting 11, if you don't like it, let me hear from you, too. What is your starting 11 that you want to be seeing from Real Madrid in this one? Now, when it comes to my official match prediction, again, it was 2-1 with Bilbao winning in the last one. Now, again, that was away. That was up in the north. I can't think of the region exactly, but it's a beautiful place up there in Spain. But when it comes to this game, we're back at home in the Santiago Bernabéu. Unfortunately, this Real Madrid team, as of late, is not good. It's not good. We are losing games at home that we shouldn't be losing to. Not exactly Arsenal, but a couple days ago, we were losing to Valencia at home. That should not be happening. This is a very, very good Bilbao team who is going to make it very difficult. There's a reason right now they will probably be playing in the Champions League next year. So when it comes to this game for me, in my official match prediction, I unfortunately don't think we get a win. I don't think we get a loss. I think this is a game that we ultimately will draw. I will be going with a 2-2 draw in this game. Where do the goals come from? I think maybe we actually see Jude Bellingham get on the board. I think Vinny Jr. gets on the board. I just don't trust Carlo Ancelotti at this stage, unfortunately, in the year. He has proven time and time again that I cannot trust him. I think he will be putting Lucas Vazquez out there. And unfortunately, guys, I believe that Lucas Vazquez will be cooked out there. And as a whole, our back four and our midfield leaves so much to be desired that we probably give up at least 2 goals in this one. So ultimately, my official match prediction is a 2-2 draw for Real Madrid. And it's going to make it even more difficult for us to actually be winning La Liga once again, going back to back. I don't know if it's going to be happening. But guys, I want to hear from you. I hope I'm wrong. I very much hope I'm wrong. But let me know in the comments what's your official match prediction. If you guys made it to the end of the video, please hit that subscribe button. I very much appreciate it. Like the video as well, guys. And I will see you after the match with my match reaction. Guys, very much appreciate it. Love you all. Appreciate you all. Cheers. Real Madrid.